Hi, my name's Derek, and I just was looking on YouTube and looking at different things related to playing reggae keyboards, and then I decided to do my own YouTube. So here goes. The first thing that people miss out on a lot of these YouTube things would be what equipment is used, right? And what sound and what tones and everything. So I'm going to do a couple of videos on what type of equipment I use and just my own point of view. So actually, let me step back for a minute. Reggae music from the 70s and early on started off with basic equipment. Fender Rhodes, acoustic pianos, and some form of organ. The absolute best would be a Hammond B3, but during those days they had to use whatever they could find. So the basic sounds that you need to have available to play the same feel and sound would be a Fender Rhodes type keyboard, or something that gets that sound, a piano, and an organ, right? So the way that I use my keyboards is really based upon what year and what style I want to emulate and what's the singer actually doing, etc. But that's a little bit more than what I want to go into right now. The first thing I want to do is show you what equipment I use, and over the years I have somewhat come to a certain formulation in terms of getting my sound. So here goes. The first keyboard I use would be my main one, which would be a Korg. I'm very partial to Korgs, but this is a Korg M50. It is a limited edition Korg, so that's why the color. But I actually think it's pretty color, I guess. The second keyboard would be again another Korg. It's the PS60, and I'll go into how I use these keyboards later on. And of course, the other keyboard would be my Nord Stage 2, right? I'm going to step back for a little bit and sort of show you what my setup normally looks like. I have normally an L-shaped setup, the Nord on the right, keyboard, the main PS60 at the bottom, and the Korg M50 on top, right? Now, I'm going to go into some of the things related to the sound, but I'm not actually going to play the sound. I'm going to just talk about the keyboards, right? PS60. I use this mainly for the skank. The reason why I use this keyboard for skank is because there's a certain section down here that allows you to change the tone, add reverb, and some form of modulation of flange, etc. If anyone is very old school, the way that they used to get some of the keys to sound a certain way in studios was to use a Fender Rhodes with a flanger, basic everyday guitar flanger, and that would give you a little tone that would cut through on the recording, right? But it also would give you an effect. And in some songs that you hear that are old, that's how they got the effect. It wasn't the guitar, it was a Fender Rhodes that actually had certain effects. So that's my main piano and skank. And if you're into reggae and you don't know what the word skank means, maybe I should do another video on that. But that's my main keyboard for the rhythm section. For leads and other sounds, horns and everything else, I use the M50 Korg, and that has a lot of different functions. It's actually a workstation. And for my what you call bubble, again another classic reggae sound and definition, I use the Stage 2, right? So that's the main setup that I have. Now the reason why I have the keyboard on the right hand side, the main organ on the right side, because I do a right hand bubble, and I will go into that in one of the videos also in terms of what's the left hand, what's the right hand. And for my normal sounds, I would say that it's a combination of basically the PS60 and the M50 that I normally use on smaller setups. And that's the end of the first video. So this is a test actually, so let's see if it works.